Swat is a beautiful valley carved by the gushing and meandering river Swat in the rugged mountainous north of Pakistan. The bountiful nature has ornamented it with snow-capped mountains, thick forest, fertile fields, fruit orchards and healthy climate. The geographic location and climatic conditions of the valley provide conducive environment for sustenance to the 1.2 million population, beside entertaining a large number of tourists all the year round. In the past, the Gandhara civilization flourished here, the remains of which are found at a number of sites. The present stock of Pakhtuns are the 16th century invaders of the valley. The tribal system in Swat continued till 1917, when the state came into being. Swat state played a vital role in meeting the challenges of the 20th century. The state took measures for establishing different institutions, which are still benefiting the population. The natural resources, the backbone of the economy then, were well conserved. Mingora has been the largest trading and cultural center of the valley, besides catering to educational, health and other needs of the population since the inception of Swat state. When the state was merged with Pakistan in 1969, the local control on everything got weakened. With the introduction of new social dynamics of the 1970s and party regulation played havoc with the social fabric and natural balance. In addition, the manifold increase in population, vehicles and industrial units, coupled with the unplanned sprawling settlements encroaching upon the fertile fields, the ruthless cutting of forests taxed natural resources heavily. The provision of facilities for the tourist also has a negative fallout. The waste, both liquid and solid, whether household or from hotels, at resorts like Kalam, Bahrain, Madian, are directly disposed of to the river Swat. The entire flora and fauna, including human beings, are directly affected. Like any other part of the country, here too no proper attention has been paid to these life-threatening issues. In 1991, a non-governmental organization, Environmental Protection Society, was established, primarily for raising awareness regarding the issues, but to do actual work for minimizing the threats if possible. The three-pronged strategy of EPS is to raise awareness, to collect data, and to help alleviate the problem through service delivery. In 1996, EPS launched Urban Planning and Management Support Program, a comprehensive research activity funded by IUED, Geneva University. As a result, the Traffic Management Scheme and Mingora Master Plan were evolved. It is the first ever attempt made by either a governmental or non-governmental agency. In the rural areas, EPS has kept close coordination with community organizations. Capacity building trainings have been arranged for them through EPS HID program. A well-equipped and well-staffed technical unit of EPS extends technical help to the village organization free of cost. EPS has collected data and information regarding the history, cultural, natural resources and problems of the area through its Area Resource Center. EPS, in partnership with Malakand Rural Development Project through its social organization units, carry out infrastructure, sanitation, water supply and irrigation schemes. These will ultimately contribute to the goal of keeping the environment, especially the river Swat, clean from all sorts of pollution. River Swat has the biggest role in the lives of people. It is the backbone of the valley. The threats facing the river are directly jeopardizing the flora and fauna. In 1998, EPS launched River Swat Conservation Project funded by GEF UNDP. It included comprehensive survey and research activities. During the study, it came to light that the entire liquid and solid waste of Mingora city end up in the streams. These streams traverse the city and ultimately turn into a conduit to deliver the pollutants to River Swat. The pollution in the streams pose a terrible environmental and health hazard to the people of Mingora. The findings of the program indicated that the river could properly be saved from pollution if this settlement, in particular, has a proper sanitation system. This major outcome of the River Swat Conservation Project culminated in the design of sanitation scheme for the city of Mingora and the promulgation of NWFP Rivers Protection Ordinance. Further study and survey on the sanitation scheme has been kept continued. At the same time, local government, other stakeholders and donor agencies are being contacted for the upscaling of the scheme and ultimately putting it into practice.
Population explosion in Mingora city, a lot of problems have come up in regards to drainage and sewerage system in Mingora city. In this connection, the EPS, Environmental Protection Society, has come up with a master plan which is a three-phased plan and which is supposed to cost about 100 million rupees in order to overcome this problem permanently. In this connection, the district government is working closely with the Environmental Protection Society, and a donor's help would be needed in order to solve this problem. This problem can only be overcome if the Environmental Protection Society, the district government, the Tehsil Municipal Administration here, and the donor agency, all these organizations work together and seek a solution for this permanent problem.
EPS के सामने बड़े काम पड़े हैं। ये कोई इदारा अकेले नहीं कर सकता। हुकूमत, प्राइवेट और गैर सरकारी इदारे और लोग मिलकर ही तरक्की के मंजर को आसान बना सकते हैं। मुकामी हुकूमतें हमारे लिए एक बड़ा मौका फराहम करती है। गुर्बत को कम करने की कोशिश, माहौल में बेहतरी लाने की कोशिश और लोगों को इस काबिल बनाने की कोशिश कि वो अपने फैसले खुद करने लगे, एक बहुत बड़ा एजेंडा है। लेकिन सोच और मशवरे के साथ कोशिश के सामने कुछ भी नहीं।
In the rural areas, EPS has kept close coordination with community organizations. Capacity building trainings have been arranged for them through EPS HID program. The idea is to make the people carry out activities like sanitation scheme themselves. A well-equipped and well-staffed technical unit of EPS extends technical help to the village organization free of cost. The findings of the program indicated the river could properly be saved from pollution if this settlement in particular has a proper sanitation system. The major outcome of River Swat conservation project culminated in the design of sanitation scheme for the city of Mingora. The major outcome of River Swat conservation project culminated in the design of sanitation scheme for the city of Mingora and the promulgation of NWFP Rivers Protection Ordinance. Further study and survey on the sanitation scheme has been kept continued, and at the same time local government, other stakeholders and donor agencies are being contacted for the uplift, scaling of the scheme and ultimately putting it into practice. The findings of the program indicated that the river could properly be saved from pollution if this settlement in particular has a proper sanitation system. This major outcome of River Swat conservation project culminated in the design of sanitation scheme for the city of Mingora and the promulgation of NWFP Rivers Protection Ordinance. Further study and survey on the sanitation scheme has been kept continued, and at the same time local government, other stakeholders and donor agencies are being contacted for the upscaling of the scheme and ultimately putting it into practice.